Welcome in and welcome back, everyone. We're here with Kentucky Route Zero. And last time we played Part 1, Act 1, and we saw many interesting things. We were looking for somebody, we have a delivery to make, we had our old dog with us, but we weren't able to find half the things we were looking for. But in the next part, we are going to be going into limits and demonstrations, which does not seem to be Act 2, but maybe a stepping stone between it, so let's see what this is about. Limits and demonstrations. Law and order is kind of what that reminds me of. Hopefully there's no disorder, but this is a bit different. While text limits and demonstrations. The Lula Chamberlain Retrospective. Making the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years, this retrospective exhibit of work by pioneering installation artist Lula Chamberlain comprises a diagonal slice through time, place, and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact, from the intimate warmth of vertex texture fetch to the infamous visage, the later of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut exhibitions, they were nearly impossible to install. That sounds like you're just being a hassle. Maybe it's the same thing. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so just as they describe the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of her itinerant home life and the beginning and the end of her distinguished career, the works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewer and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they are meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? Big questions to be asking here. What does it mean? What does any of it mean? Okay. That looks like a horse and a dude and some books. And a little basement puzzle. Number 2, Artist, Sunset and Horse, 1976, plaster and wire. What do you think she means by puzzle? Can you read the cover of these books? Solemn. Sad. I think it is a very solemn and sad piece. Maybe it's a puzzle, but there's no right answer. That's kind of sad. Emily Bob. Who is Emily and Bob? Were these the people? Oh, if the other dude's name is Ben, then these were the people. I wrote down their names because I'm very bad with names. These were the people that were in the basement in the first act, who were playing, I think, Dungeons and Dragons or something. They needed dice, so we gave them back the dice. I don't know if you're supposed to get that close to it. Hey, you guys, Ben and Bob. Maybe take a step back. Title card, overdubbed Nam June Paik installation in the style of Edward Packer, 1965, 1973, and 1980. Magnetic tape, handheld tape playback head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Ben. Oh, I read about this one. It's interactive. Emily, how does it work? What's it about? It's a bunch of old tape, and you run this tape player head along it, and just listen to the recordings, I guess. Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob drags the playback head along the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punch cards on the floor. A synthetic voice recording spliced awkwardly into the tape lists out options in monotone. Computer. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Let's activate the computer. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. This is like a game within a game within a game. Gameception. Lula, so loud. I love it. I am now holding 2 punch cards. On one of them, Joseph has scribbled a note, caves. The other is blank. So I feel like this, as random as it is when we compare it to the last act, I think it is tying in very clearly with whatever is going on here, the whole mystery of Kentucky Route Zero. Especially the caves, the darkness. I want to go back. Computer, to insert caves card, rotate 11 degrees and advance 2 inches. To insert blank cards, rotate 95 degrees and advance 14 inches. Blank cards, baby. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. I am standing in a hallway. The walls are blank beige. It's just after winter quarter, but before spring. So there are no students around. Usually these walls would be papered with flyers announcing new student clubs, looking for roommates, selling old textbooks. But now they're blank. Sometimes nothing says more than something. Ben, seems like it skips around a bit. Lula, Donald is here, scribbling on a scrap of graph paper. Joseph is here. He can hear me talking into this tape recorder. Joseph, distant. You sound like an anthropologist, Lula. Donald, distant. An anthropologist? You need to apologize for them. They make such a mess, usually. And Joseph, distant. An entomologist laughs. Computer, to lean on Joseph's shoulders, rotate 700 degrees and advance 11 inches to take Donald's hand. Ooh. Let's lean on Joseph's shoulder. This is the beginning of the tape. I am at home, alone. Joseph just left. We had an argument, but it'll work out. Oh. Did I help by leaning on the shoulder, or did I make things worse? Bob, wow, this is kind of personal. Emily, I feel a little embarrassed. Emily, what time period do you think this clip is from? Be honest about your feelings. I know what you mean, but she put it out there. Lula, I usually start here in my home. Whenever I'm sketching out a new piece, I start by just looking around. My closet door is open, and I can see a few sweaters and a dress I like. Computer, to go downstairs. Go one way. To think about dresses, go another way. This would start a new art piece, but maybe we can find family. Let's think about the dresses. It's kind of a terrible dress, actually. Denim. The breast is embroidered on one side with a crude sketch of a tall man in working clothes, but one of his legs is obscured by the lapel. I guess I just like the cut and the color. I could fall asleep, sitting on the bed here, holding this tape recorder and this glass of wine. It's a good thing I'm not holding a cigarette. I think I'll go for a hike tomorrow. Maybe Donald would like to. Computer, to fall asleep, go that way. To think about hiking, go that way. Let's think about hiking. We're on a dirt trail in the park. Or, well, it's not really a trail. I feel like I could hear her walking on that trail. Donald, distance. It's a trail! It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path we've been walking. Walking sounds. Well, it is a trail, even if it's not human-made. It's a tendency and a trail. Animals love to make them too. Now we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. So I think this is 2 different time periods. Because suddenly Joseph's there with us and computer equipments. To enter the cave... That's the only choice? Yeah, that's the end of that one. So 65 degrees, 4 inches. Doesn't give me a choice. That's the last trip, so everything's down here now. The sound is creepier. I said I wasn't gonna go back into the cave. Donald, distant. The final resting place. Ooh, Donald. Joseph, distant. Don't be so morbid. Computer. To remember a fond gesture. To regret a harsh word. Let's remember the good times, if it's our last time. Are we gonna die in this cave? It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow, and then, who knows? I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here's a story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students, and I was in a band, performing on campus. They came to my show, and then we met at some bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. I thought that Donald was their son, and Joseph and her were married. That is definitely not... I guess it's because Donald was acting sillier and his hearing was harder. But now it looks like they're similar age group. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use the tumbler to store extra pens on my desk. So, I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. Emily, no instructions? Hey, go back a bit. We missed something. I guess we should stop then. We missed something. Really? We've gone so far. Yeah, let's go back. Is there anything else we could do here? Let's go back. Okay, sure. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. That's the last strip, so everything's down here now. Final resting place. Don't be so morbid. Oh, that line wasn't there before. To remember a fond gesture. To regret a harsh word. I guess this time let's regret? It's late morning now. I'm sitting at my desk on my lunch break. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow, and then... who knows? I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think? A lot of other things happened, so here's a story. The first time I moved to Mexico, I stayed there for 3 years, and I had no contact with either Joseph or Donald in that whole time. They each thought I'd done it to spite them. Maybe I had, in part, but I don't think they ever appreciated the community I had in Mexico, or... Anyway, when I came back, I didn't call them, or visit the university. I ran into Donald completely by chance at a hardware store. He asked me why I hadn't called, and I told him it hadn't occurred to me. So, I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I eat. I'm gonna go back if nothing is different though. I'll just cut to, I guess we should stop, or no instructions. Actually, let's click on the no instructions. No, that's the end of this tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there? I won't tell a soul. Okay. Let's skip over to there. Bob moves the playback to another strip of tape. Donald, distant. Think of our work, our research. Joseph, distant. You'll die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. Donald, distant. We'll go deeper, that's all. They'll never find us. Joseph, distant. Did you hear their voices? They're not... They'll find you. But not me. I'm going back to the surface. Lula, stop. You're stupid. Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too. But I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down the zero. Joseph, distant. You'll be lost forever. Donald, distant. But we need your voice for the machine, Lula. It only recognizes your voice. What kind of a machine is this? Lula, I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Ooh, so that's why she did this. It wasn't for art. Ben. Oh. Ow. I'm reviewing my notes. So Joseph was the gas attendant. Do you remember him? And he was blind. So I wonder if something happened in the cave to blind him. And then on the computer that in Joseph's gas station, there was an email from Donald to Lula. So, intriguing. Not sure what to make of that. Can't interact with it anymore. On to the next section. Yeah, I could see why they wouldn't want to make this in a... How would you... Yeah, that's a difficult thing to recreate in the real world. Title card, Visage, 1984, unknown media. What is this made of? What kind of machines are those? I find this profoundly moving. What do you think, Bob? It's a mystery. It looks like ribbon? Bandages? Oh, have you seen The Invisible Man? It does remind me of The Invisible Man. Slice a visage to build a visage. A puzzle to its owner. Ben. What? Bob, it's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. Of course it was. Sounds like it. I think it's lovely. That's all we get from that one? What do you guys think? Is there any more poems? Oh yes, there is. It's a TV with a swinging light and a very loud sound. Title card. Vertex texture fetch. Tree television is suspended cat hoed ray tube. 1968. Found materials. Bob, this seems like your kind of thing. What is that supposed to be? Nice plant. The picture on the TV. What is that? It's a lighthouse? No, it's a weather vane or a windmill or something. Is it a lighthouse? Whatever it is, it's Bob's sort of thing. How big is this room? I mean, that's one way to do it. I thought I'd have to wander in circles forever, but instead it all comes to me. Title card, spinning coin suspended, corrected for angular motion, 1976, found materials. Oh, it's a coin on the screen. Is that coin supposed to be spinning? It doesn't look like it's spinning. Worst spinning coin ever. What a lonely image. It feels so strangely alive. Didn't you have one of these? Oh yeah, I did have an old microfilm reader like this. I got it at a garage sale. Couldn't figure out what to do with it. Obviously you should have put a spinning coin into it and made millions at an art show. That's my whole shed. Just a bunch of weird, obsolete electronics I thought I might use. At least it's not in a landfill. Someday. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I'll just sell them for scrap when the price of lead and plastic goes up. Plastic's not gonna go up. I guess everything gets broken down eventually. Lead though might. I've heard that if an apocalypse situation happens, the garbage stations are gonna be a really good place to get materials in the future. Is this all? Let me wander one more time. There we go. I just had to flip back and forth a million different times, but I saw that. It's letting me out now. Oh, I just have to get it at the right angle. Bob, yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. I'd like to look around a bit more. Yeah, this show is exhausting. Yeah, I need to get to work anyways. And off we go. Limits and demonstrations. Well, I'm gonna leave it off there for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Soon. Soon this time. Bye.